Alright, seekers of wisdom, gather around. Imagine for a moment that a seemingly innocent gift could be a wolf in sheep's clothing, ready to devour your happiness and prosperity. Sounds like a fable, doesn't it? But in the ancient tapestry of Buddhist teachings, certain offerings are believed to carry shadows, unseen energies that can tangle with your destiny, leading you down paths of misfortune. Today, we're going to unveil 8 such gifts, innocuous as they may appear, that you should politely refuse. And trust me, the final revelation on this list is the most crucial, something you might have already welcomed into your life without a second thought, unaware of its potential cost. Stay tuned until the very end, because the most important insights are yet to come. And before we embark on this journey of discovery, if you are just joining our community, remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more enlightening stories, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps spread this wisdom far and wide. Let's begin with number 8, bladed items, knives, scissors, and other piercing instruments. At first glance, presenting someone with sharp tools like knives, scissors, or blades might seem like a practical and considerate gesture. However, these items, according to ancient beliefs, symbolically represent separation and disharmony. When you accept such a present, it's believed to metaphorically sever the threads of connection between you and the giver. This disruption can manifest in subtle ways, perhaps as minor disagreements or escalate into significant rifts. While the giver's intention might be pure, the act of offering something so inherently sharp can inadvertently introduce friction into your relationships, fracturing the harmony you once shared. From a Buddhist perspective, our relationships are integral parts of the interconnected web of life. Every bond carries an energetic current, and sharp objects are thought to disrupt this flow. They embody a cutting force, not just physically, but also on an energetic level, and this can ripple outwards into your life. Even if you are skeptical of spiritual symbolism, you might have noticed a peculiar pattern of conflicts arising shortly after receiving such a gift. While it might seem like mere coincidence, these energetic imbalances are often subtle and easily overlooked. Many traditions suggest a way to neutralize the potential negative energy of sharp gifts, by immediately offering the giver a small coin in return. This simple exchange transforms the act into a symbolic purchase, thus mitigating the unwelcome implications of the gift. But bladed items don't just symbolize relational turbulence, they can also metaphorically cut into other vital areas of your existence, such as your financial stability or spiritual growth. The sharp energy embodied by these gifts can create an invisible barrier in your life, making it more challenging to maintain equilibrium and steadiness. For instance, you might experience unexpected financial drains, conflicts in your workplace, or even a general sense of unease within your home environment. It's not that the object itself is inherently malevolent, but the energy it embodies can be disruptive if left unaddressed. Therefore, it's paramount to be mindful of the items you introduce into your life and their potential influence on your mental and spiritual equilibrium. So, if sharp objects can symbolize discord, what about gifts that represent emptiness? Prepare yourself, because as we move to number 7, empty wallets or purses, you will discover why even the kindest gesture can usher the energy of lack into your life, hindering your path to prosperity and success. 7. Empty wallets or purses. Presenting someone with a wallet or purse is often seen as a thoughtful offering, symbolizing wishes for good fortune and financial prosperity. However, when given without contents, it takes on a drastically different meaning. In many traditions, including those informed by Buddhist principles, an empty wallet or purse signifies deficiency, scarcity, and financial hardship. This symbolism is rooted in the understanding that energy flows in the direction of intention. By giving or receiving an empty wallet, the intention of abundance is absent, creating a void that can manifest as stagnation or difficulty in the recipient's financial affairs. The act of gifting an empty wallet might seem harmless, but it subtly programs the subconscious mind to associate finances with a sense of emptiness. A wallet is not merely an accessory, it is a vessel meant to hold wealth. When it's presented as barren, it sets a precedent for a future characterized by lack. This belief is why many people thoughtfully place a small token, such as a coin or a banknote, inside the wallet before gifting it. This practice ensures that the energy of prosperity is present right from the start, allowing the recipient to associate the gift with abundance rather than scarcity. Such seemingly small yet profoundly meaningful gestures are part of the larger spiritual principle of cultivating balance and harmony in all aspects of life. The adverse effects of receiving an empty wallet are often not immediately apparent but can unfold over time. You might find yourself facing unexpected hurdles in attracting new opportunities or experiencing a feeling that your financial progress is somehow obstructed. While it's easy to dismiss these occurrences as unrelated coincidences, spiritual teachings emphasize that the objects we surround ourselves with, and their inherent symbolism, can have deep-seated effects on our lives. An empty wallet, though seemingly insignificant, can carry the energy of limitation, which in turn influences your mindset and decisions. To counteract this, it's crucial to either politely decline such gifts or, if accepted, immediately fill them with money upon receiving them, thus resetting their energetic intention. As we've explored, even gifts given with good intentions can carry unintended energies that disrupt the flow of abundance. But what happens when a gift carries someone else's energy, their history, and their struggles? In the upcoming section, we will delve into number 6, used clothing, and examine how accepting such items might burden you with the unseen weight of their past. 6. Used clothing. While receiving clothing as a gift can be a kind and considerate gesture, receiving used or second-hand clothing is approached with caution in many cultures, particularly within Buddhist teachings. Clothing is not just a practical necessity, it is also an extension of one's identity and personal energy. When you receive used clothing, it's believed to carry the energetic imprint, emotions, and experiences of the previous owner. Whether it's a hand-me-down from a family member or an item discovered in a vintage store, the energy embedded within the fabric can unconsciously transfer to the new wearer, affecting their personal energy field and spiritual equilibrium. This is especially pertinent if the previous owner experienced emotional turmoil or financial difficulties, as these energies can linger within the clothing, creating an unseen burden for the new wearer. From a Buddhist perspective, it is vital to maintain clarity and purity in both body and mind. Used clothing, being a reflection of someone else's past, could potentially interfere with this purity by carrying unresolved emotions or negative energy. Even if the previous owner has long since moved on from their struggles, the item itself may still hold on to these energetic residues. This is why many spiritual traditions caution against accepting used clothing, as it can potentially disrupt one's personal energy field. Moreover, clothing is not merely a practical item, it holds symbolic significance, representing your relationship with yourself and the world around you. Wearing someone else's clothing can therefore blur the boundaries between your personal identity and the energy of the previous owner, creating a sense of imbalance or confusion. Another aspect to consider is the emotional connection associated with used clothing. If the clothing was once worn by someone who has passed away, endured a personal tragedy, or experienced a period of hardship, this energy can remain attached to the fabric. Accepting such clothing could inadvertently invite these same experiences or emotions into your own life, whether consciously or unconsciously. The subconscious mind is highly receptive to energy and symbolism, and something as simple as a sweater or a pair of shoes can unknowingly draw these energies into your personal space. In Buddhist teachings, it is essential to be mindful of what we allow into our environment, as everything around us has an impact on our mental and emotional well-being. However, not all used clothing is inherently negative, and it's crucial to consider the context. Sometimes, second-hand clothing can carry positive energy if it was given with love or if it has been cleansed or blessed. But the general guideline is to exercise caution with used items, especially when they originate from someone you don't know well, or when you sense an inexplicable feeling of unease about the item. By politely refusing such gifts, you are protecting yourself from inadvertently carrying the emotional and spiritual baggage of others. This principle also extends to other items imbued with personal histories. So, what about gifts that carry an even deeper spiritual weight, bearing the imprint of someone's intentions or past actions? Let's proceed to number 5, religious or spiritual artifacts, and understand why accepting them might impact your spiritual path. 5. Religious or spiritual artifacts. Receiving religious or spiritual artifacts as gifts might appear to be a deeply meaningful and thoughtful gesture, particularly if the giver is well-intentioned and shares your beliefs. However, such items can carry a substantial amount of spiritual energy and symbolism, which may not always resonate with your personal beliefs or current spiritual state. Many religions, including Buddhism, emphasize the sacred nature of certain objects, and these artifacts are considered to hold potent, concentrated energy. When you accept a religious or spiritual item without fully comprehending or respecting its intended purpose, you risk inviting confusion, imbalance, or unwelcome energies into your life. From a Buddhist perspective, sacred objects serve as tools to facilitate spiritual development, such as statues of deities, prayer beads, or specific symbols. They embody profound meanings and are typically used with great reverence, intention, and understanding. When someone gifts you such an artifact, the item carries their own spiritual energy, intentions, and beliefs. If these don't align with your own spiritual path, it can create internal dissonance or disrupt your personal spiritual journey. For example, if you receive a Buddhist statue from someone who practices a different religion, the energy it carries might conflict with your own, potentially causing confusion and obstructing your connection to your own faith. Furthermore, certain spiritual artifacts can be deeply personal. A set of prayer beads, for instance, holds the personal prayers, intentions, and spiritual growth of its previous owner. Accepting such an item without the necessary understanding of its power and sacredness can lead to spiritual imbalance. It's essential to approach these gifts with the utmost respect and reverence, as they are more than mere objects, they are vessels of energy. In some instances, receiving these items without the appropriate connection or understanding can inadvertently create a sense of spiritual confusion or unease. This is why it's often advised to politely decline such gifts, or to ensure that you are fully aligned with the energy and intentions they carry. The crucial takeaway is that accepting religious or spiritual artifacts is not simply about receiving a gift, it's about respecting the energy and traditions they embody. If you're uncertain about the item or its significance, it's important to take time to assess whether it harmonizes with your current spiritual path and whether it might introduce any unwelcome energy into your life. Gifts of this nature can have a lasting impact on your spiritual journey, either enhancing your practice or causing disturbances. So, if religious artifacts might disrupt your spiritual path, could other personal or mundane gifts carry a similar weight? Let's move on to number 4, old mirrors, and discover why these items can carry a heavy spiritual burden. 4. Old mirrors. Mirrors have long been considered powerful tools in various spiritual and cultural practices, often symbolizing reflection, truth, and self-awareness. However, receiving an old or second-hand mirror as a gift is approached with caution in many spiritual traditions, including Buddhism. Mirrors possess the ability to reflect not just our physical image, but also our energy, thoughts, and emotions. When you accept an old mirror, it's believed to carry the energetic residue of those who have used it before. The reflections of their experiences, thoughts, and even emotional states could be inadvertently transferred to you. These unseen energies can attach themselves to the mirror, making it more than just a reflective surface. Its energy can subtly shape your own perception, influencing your mood and overall well-being. Buddhism teaches that everything around us is interconnected, and this includes the items we keep in our environment. Mirrors, in particular, are viewed as potent tools that hold the potential to affect not just our self-image, but also our spiritual path. A mirror in the home is often used to reflect light, promote mental clarity, and create balance, but an old mirror, one with a history, can introduce energy that doesn't align with your current state of mind or spiritual growth. Just as mirrors can reflect the external world, they can also reflect the internal, amplifying your thoughts and emotions. An old mirror may unknowingly amplify negativity or unresolved issues from the past, making it challenging to maintain clarity and inner peace. The effect of an old mirror is subtle yet powerful. In some cases, it can reflect past trauma or emotional baggage of those who previously owned it. If the mirror was once situated in a space where arguments, sadness, or confusion prevailed, it could be carrying the lingering energy of those emotions. Accepting such an item as a gift means you're unknowingly inviting that energy into your personal space. It can disrupt your sense of balance and clarity, preventing you from seeing your true self with clear vision. That's why it's often advised to avoid second-hand mirrors, or if you must accept one, cleanse it spiritually before bringing it into your home. Cleansing rituals, such as using sage or salt water, can help to reset the energy of the mirror, removing any lingering negativity and allowing you to use it for your own reflection and spiritual development. Furthermore, mirrors are considered sacred objects in many traditions because they offer a glimpse into the true nature of reality. In Buddhism, the mirror symbolizes wisdom and the capacity to see beyond illusions. When an old mirror is gifted, it may be associated with certain illusions or misunderstandings that no longer serve your spiritual path. This is why receiving an old mirror can be perceived as potentially detrimental to your personal and spiritual journey. The energy embedded within the mirror could cloud your perception, making it difficult to maintain the clarity and focus necessary for moving forward. As we transition from mirrors that reflect the past, let's explore number 3, clocks and watches, and how these timepieces can influence your perception of time and your life's energy. 3. Clocks and watches. Clocks and watches are deeply symbolic of time and the manner in which it governs our lives. They serve as constant reminders of the passage of time, the limitations we face, and the opportunities we must seize. When gifted to someone, however, these timepieces can carry a weightier significance than simply their function of measuring time. In many cultures, including Buddhist traditions, clocks and watches are viewed with a degree of caution. This is because time is a finite resource, and the energy of time, when given as a gift, can subtly influence your life's trajectory. It can carry the weight of urgency, stress, or even the fear of time running out. If someone gifts you a clock or watch, particularly an older one, the gift may not just be about measuring time, it could represent an attachment to past moments, regrets, or the unconscious pressure to rush through life. The energy of a clock or watch is profoundly linked to your personal relationship with time. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of being present in each moment and cultivating mindfulness. However, receiving a clock or watch can inadvertently remind you of deadlines, schedules, and the feeling of constantly needing to catch up. This can interfere with your ability to remain grounded in the present moment, creating an underlying sense of anxiety. Old clocks, in particular, can carry the energetic imprint of a past owner's relationship with time, whether it was characterized by stress, haste, or a lack of contentment. These energies can become embedded within the item, subtly influencing your perception of time and possibly leading to feelings of urgency, impatience, or a sense of being overwhelmed. Moreover, gifting someone a clock can signify an unspoken desire to influence their future. Clocks are potent reminders that time waits for no one, and in this sense, gifting one can carry the implicit message of running out of time or not having enough of it. This can unknowingly cause the recipient to become fixated on time, whether it's a constant awareness of how little time they have or the pressure to achieve certain goals within a set time frame. From a spiritual perspective, this disruption of the natural flow of time is a distraction from the present moment, where true peace and clarity reside. Accepting such a gift may pull you away from mindfulness, making it more challenging to appreciate the beauty of the present and instead focusing on what has already passed or what is yet to come. If you've ever received a clock or watch and experienced a sense of unease or pressure, it may be attributed to the spiritual energy it carries. It's important to recognize that time itself is considered an illusion in many spiritual teachings, including Buddhism, and that the gift of time-related objects can cloud your perception of life's true purpose. To counteract this, it's vital to maintain a mindful approach to the clock or watch and not allow it to become a symbol of limitation or stress. But what happens when the gift itself is something more mundane, like number 2, broken items? How can accepting something that is already in disrepair affect your personal energy and well-being? Let's move forward to explore this next crucial point. 2. Broken items. One of the most commonly advised items to avoid accepting as a gift is something that is broken or damaged. In Buddhism and numerous other spiritual traditions, broken objects are considered to carry negative energy, often symbolizing brokenness or unresolved issues. Whether it's a cracked vase, a broken lamp, or even a chipped plate, these items are believed to represent a disruption in the harmonious flow of energy. Accepting broken items as gifts can unknowingly invite negative energies into your life. When an item is broken, it is perceived as incomplete, which might subtly transfer this feeling of incompleteness into your own life, leaving you with a sense of dissatisfaction or a lack of wholeness. Broken items are symbolic of something that is no longer functioning as originally intended, be it a physical object or an aspect of one's life. In the same vein, accepting such an item might indicate that something in your own life is out of alignment or in need of repair. From a spiritual perspective, the act of accepting broken things can unconsciously send a message to the universe that you are accepting imperfection, dysfunction, and negativity. Over time, this can manifest in your own experiences, where you may encounter breakdowns or delays, as if you're unable to progress smoothly, mirroring the broken item's inability to perform its intended function. Another reason why accepting broken items can be detrimental is that it can cultivate a mindset of scarcity and lack. When we accept broken things, we may subconsciously attract more brokenness into our lives. The underlying idea is that accepting damaged or incomplete gifts can reflect our own internal acceptance of imperfection or limitation. From a law of attraction standpoint, broken items can reflect a state of attracting more negativity and challenges. It's vital to cultivate an environment where everything serves a purpose and holds positive energy, rather than living amidst items that constantly remind us of what's not whole or functioning properly. So, if broken items are not a good choice, how about the most common item we hold dear but perhaps unknowingly shouldn't receive as a gift? Now I'm going to tell you the gist. Let's examine number 1, cash or money, and see why accepting it as a gift might carry unexpected risks. 1. Cash or money. Cash or money is among the most frequently given gifts, particularly during festive occasions or celebrations. While it may appear to be a practical and generous gesture, receiving money as a gift carries with it a significant spiritual weight. In Buddhist teachings, money is viewed not merely as a physical medium of exchange, but also as a symbol of the energy you attract into your life. Accepting money from others can, in certain situations, create an imbalance in the energetic exchange between the giver and the receiver. When you receive money as a gift, especially from someone who may be facing financial difficulties or harboring negative intentions, it can carry their energetic imprint along with it, potentially leading to an unintentional exchange of their challenges and financial blockages. Buddhism teaches that true wealth extends beyond mere material possessions. It encompasses cultivating an abundant mindset and a balanced approach to life. When money is given as a gift, it can inadvertently disrupt this delicate balance. The giver may carry their own fears, stresses, or anxieties related to money, which can be energetically transferred into the cash you receive. This energetic transfer can manifest as subtle feelings of insecurity or lack in your own life. If the giver has an unhealthy relationship with money, whether it's an obsession with wealth or constant stress over financial struggles, those energies can enter your life and disrupt your inner peace. This is why many spiritual practices advise against readily accepting money as a gift, as it can carry the vibrational frequencies of the giver's financial state, whether positive or negative. From a spiritual perspective, money is a reflection of your own values, intentions, and energy. Accepting money without being mindful of the energy attached to it can create unwanted attachments or dependencies. Money, when given with pure intentions, can be a wonderful gift that supports prosperity and well-being. But when it's given out of obligation, guilt, or expectation, it can have an energetically draining effect. For this reason, it's important to approach monetary gifts with discernment. If the intentions behind the gift are not clear or aligned with your own values, it's often wiser to politely refuse such gifts to safeguard your own energetic harmony. So, what is the most beneficial way to both receive and give gifts that carry positive energy and attract abundance? Perhaps it's time to reconsider how we approach all forms of gifts, from tangible items to emotional exchanges. To protect your energy and maintain equilibrium, it's crucial to be mindful of the gifts you welcome into your life. Items that are broken, old, or related to money can carry unwanted energies that may disrupt your spiritual well-being. Choose gifts that resonate with your values and introduce positivity into your existence. If this video has offered you valuable insights, remember to give it a like, subscribe for more wisdom, and share your reflections in the comments section below. Stay mindful, dear friends, and attract only the most harmonious energy into your life.